This is a short presentation on Graham Lowe's model of organizational health, brought to you by Team 3, Doug, Paul, and Joella. The information in this presentation can be found in more detail in Graham Lowe's book, Creating Healthy Organizations: How Vibrant Workplaces Inspire Employees to Achieve Sustainable Success. His book provides a framework and a roadmap for creating a healthy organization, a way to contribute to employee well-being and at the same time improve performance. In his book, Lowe uses a NIOSH definition that describes a healthy organization as one whose culture, climate, and practices create an environment that promotes employee health and safety, as well as organizational effectiveness. A healthy individual is fit, thriving, and agile. The same can be said for a healthy organization. According to Lowe, a healthy organization is healthy, successful, and responsible. It succeeds by renewing and replenishing its human and social capital. It forges an enduring link between employee well-being and performance. The model looks at all parts of the organization for a holistic perspective. Lowe's model incorporates workplace health promotion, organizational performance, and social responsibility.
The foundation of Lowe's model is the individual employee within an organization. Specifically, the notion that an organization cannot be successful without a strong foundation of happy, healthy, and engaged members. Fostering this environment is a complex process, but it begins with the development of a workplace that encourages healthy lifestyles, once characterized and defined by work-life balance and physical well-being, rather than just emotional well-being. Lowe argues that this is not only critical for creating employees that are engaged, but will also increase morale and boost efficiency while lowering absenteeism. As demonstrated by the image of Atlas, an organization cannot be successful if the foundation of people who maintain it are physically, mentally, and emotionally unhealthy. This foundation of individuals is used to create what Lowe refers to as the healthy organization value chain. Having a culture supportive of health and happiness ultimately creates engaged employees who, when paired with more traditional business process improvements, create an atmosphere where people are not only motivated to succeed, but also have the tools to ensure that success is possible. This workplace creates inspired employees, ultimately leading to sustainable success. Lowe believes this process creates a feedback loop where success is ongoing due to the continued efforts of all members within the organization. Rather than using an example specific to Lowe, I've utilized one of my own creation. Imagine an organization that does not place an emphasis on the health or wellness of its employees. You could consider it the opposite of the healthy organization that Lowe outlines. In this organization, the majority of members have long commutes, early start times, and taking naps on a break would be cause for immediate termination. People become gradually worn down physically, mentally, and emotionally due to both exhaustion and the limited work-life balance. As a result of this, morale and efficiency erode rapidly, and employees are checked out or half asleep. They stop being productive and efficient, many feel depressed, and they begin to drain time, money, and resources. This process compromises safety, and absenteeism increases both from employees who become sick more frequently or are injured at work. Ultimately, this results in staff being at best disinterested and at worst being openly hostile towards the organization. I apologize for the deception, but this isn't a thought experiment. This is actually a case study from my current organization, showing that there's some truth to Lowe's theories.
Over the next few minutes, we'll be discussing how you can assess your organization's health by using the value chain that Graham Lowe has created. Lowe uses a combination of tools and practices to tease out the qualitative and quantitative data that supports his value chain model. If you recall from our previous narrative, the value chain consists of 4 foundational blocks, the most critical being the measurement of a vibrant workplace and next, inspired employees. To look for evidence that an organization has indeed created such an environment, Lowe suggests that the change agent uses a number of measurements, qualitative and quantitative, as well as designs and some tools. However, before he provides us with the information, he is careful to provide the change agent with a well-meaning caveat. He suggests that this is more than a technical exercise. As the change agent, you must think ahead to who will use these data, for what purposes, and what barriers might stand in the way of an effective use of evidence for decision making. Without forethought, the change agent could inadvertently cause or create negative reactions from the stakeholder community. Let's take a quick look at Lowe's opinion regarding measurements. His strongest connection is with the value of qualitative measurements, as he contends that many managers need to feel an emotional connection to employee feedback. Numbers just don't do that. So, when the skeptical CFO sees dozens of anonymous comments from an employee survey saying, "I loved working here," the positive impact of the firm's people strategy suddenly becomes real. Lowe then goes on to link qualitative measurements with his model. Measurements of a healthy organization include a range of parameters including social, psychological, organizational, as well as drivers, processes, and outcomes. Lowe continues by connecting these with the measurements that can be used to evaluate the vibrancy in the workplace. Metrics include relationships, job, teamwork, and supports. When responses to this information are aggregated, it provides organizational reports that indicate performance and quality of life outcomes. The next level on Lowe's value chain is the inspired employee. The most basic measures here are employee satisfaction, commitment, pride, and a sense of accomplishment. Lowe has deduced that a vibrant workplace is really the centerpiece of the model, because this is the environment in which people work day in and day out. Vibrant workplaces do more than engage employees. They actually cultivate a sense of personal inspiration about the work in hand. An engaged employee is satisfied and loyal. However, an inspired employee is more than this, actively seeking out ways to develop and use skills, knowledge, and abilities to further corporate goals. Lowe suggests that the change agent extracts the information from the organization by using a combination of employee surveys and consultations, which include options that span high levels of academic rigor, such as randomized blind trials, to action research methods or more bespoke programs. He then goes on to recommend adding in customer satisfaction surveys so that the evaluators can triangulate with existing data to get a more holistic picture rather than creating expensive, sophisticated corporate report card systems.
At first glance, the model may seem utopic. However, Lowe acknowledges that, and he describes his model as the ideal. He presents it as a goal toward which an organization strives. This model may appeal to organizations that have made a significant investment in wellness programs, but have been unable to see business results in the form of reduced sick leave or improved performance. And organizations which have been striving to increase employee engagement, but are seeing little evidence of their efforts in engagement survey results. These organizations need an integrated, holistic approach. Regardless of how great a company's culture may be, an unwell employee is less likely to be engaged, efficient, creative, or productive as a healthy counterpart. The value chain links employee health to organizational performance. Lowe's value chain model is useful as it identifies the underpinning values and principles that work together to produce organizational synergy. The identification of parameters that can be qualified with employees, such as relationships, job, teamwork, and supports, provides a framework that can be benchmarked through the use of various common tools that are readily available to the change agent. You may be interested in hearing from the author himself. Click on the link below to see a video by Graham Lowe.